Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah?
Long time no see.
Long time no hear?
I mean, we see each other every day,
Right.
but we've been neglecting the podcast. Why? 'Cause I'm a teacher, and it's September, and boy, I don't have much life force left. And that's me having taken several days off for illness and migraines. And my energy is at a 0. But it's Friday.
Friday.
And I just got a shirt from Temu. We're not endorsing Temu, but I just got a shirt that says Friday to wear.
And what do we eat? French fries.
McDonald's. So in Canada, the toy is like a K-pop band figurines. Very, very random for it to be the child's toy. I feel like it's the kind of thing that would be like an adult toy.
Oh, I bet. I mean, they're like
BTS, but it's not BTS.
Yeah. It's just weird, but very nicely made figurines.
Well, I wouldn't get carried away, but better than I expected for a 2025 McDonald's toy.
Yeah.
If I liked the band, I'd be excited to collect them all. Anyway, we, seriously neglected you guys last week, and we didn't even talk about last week's challenge. Luckily for me and for you being the listeners, and also you being Neal.
You've got notes.
I've got notes. Yeah, you're going to have to keep me on track here.
On last week's episode of the challenge.
Okay. So Anissa and CT were a vet pair, so I was immediately afraid. They do a go-kart challenge where they have to drive around a track, stop, and do a puzzle. Talk about a vet comeback. CT and Anissa almost win. Or do they win? No, they don't. They come in second, but they're in first for a lot of it. Leo wins, right?
Yes.
Because what isn't that dude good at, much to my chagrin? CT compares himself to Bowser in Mario Kart. And it's the most accurate thing I've ever seen. Now, the thing is with Bowser and Mario Kart, if you're good at being Bowser, once you get going, you're fast. Just make sure you don't hit anything.
Yeah.
I don't think CT probably ever got that speed boost, I think it was just the go-kart was doing its best.
Yes.
Who loses?
Jeremy and his partner, Tay, right? Because he would have been a hangnail.
Tay, yes.
Which she lets him down because she's terrible at puzzles.
Oh, they can't get past every time it's her turn to do a puzzle, he keeps having to. So basically, if you don't complete the puzzle, your partner has to do more laps. When they get back, you try again, and you get 3 tries at it. So basically, if someone gets every puzzle on their first try, they could be at their 3rd puzzle, and you could still be at the 1st. Now, people didn't struggle too much with the first one.
No, it wasn't until the stacking pieces to make a straight line tower
column, but it was curved pieces. Oh my gosh, Ashley yelling at her partner, amazing.
And then the 4th puzzle
was kind of like Sudoku, but with colors. Not really. The same colors had to be touching,
and there were 5 gears.
Yes.
And
cool.
That basically had everybody catch up because no one could figure it out. Derek won, right?
No, Leo won.
Leo won.
Because he was stuck at one for ever, but then once they got past it, I don't remember who he was with. Was he with Ashley? No. That's not who she was screaming at the whole time, because he wouldn't have been that bad at the column. Also, LOL, because on the way back from the challenge, again, I'm sure they do this purposely, have all the vets in one van and all the new threats in another van. Leo goes on his 28th diatribe about how as long as the rookies stick together, the vets don't have a chance because the rookies are physically so much stronger. If they socially, politically can come together, then they own this game. And why wouldn't they?
But
then he sits down with, so like, you know, let's just, who's an easy name to say? Janae just came into the challenge. They brought her in late. Let's say her. Leo sits down and kind of has this conversation with Olivia because he knows Olivia isn't with the like OG vets. Like, she's not Nani's friend. She's not Ashley's friend. And she looks at him basically like, LOL, it will not be a vet. And like, she can talk confidently because socially I think she is running this game.
But there was a plot to get her in.
Who, Janae or Olivia?
Olivia. They used a cover name and Izzy spoiled it.
Right. Because Izzy,
the turncoat,
is obsessed with Olivia. So Izzy gets thrown in. I mean, that's it.
And wasn't it?
If you're loyal to people who have 10 like Olivia has 15 people she needs to protect before you, Izzy. So being loyal to her gains you nothing.
And there was, when they were at the club and Izzy was spoiling everything to Olivia, Sydney was shown just glaring at Izzy from across the club and knowing exactly what she was doing.
Right.
So the target, shifted to Izzy, who was a Benedict Arnold.
Also, can we talk about the like explicit Nani and Will sex scene? It goes on forever. They do, I wrote this down, an orgasm montage of like birds chirping and waterfalls and rainbows and like...
And then Cedric dapping him up from above them.
Then they cut to Cedric in his confessional saying, I always want to see my friends eat. I think Cedric is great.
Oh, he does well in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
I think he's such a well-rounded... I mentioned the decline in coverage.
Oh, yeah, she's been a ghost.
Yeah, that at the beginning of the season, because she was with Johnny, she was the face of the noobs.
Right, but she hasn't done well in anything.
Well, she has, like, the least number of points.
Yeah, so...
Also, this is from every episode, but the last thing I wrote down, and this was in all caps, TJ on the stone in the pool. Gosh, just go watch it. And this is me saying that. If you've given up on the challenge, like you would think I work for MTV at this point, go watch this season. I think they formatted it really well. I love that winning matters. I love that losing matters. I love that there's points and that the points are actually going to be necessary. We found out last episode that soon they're going to be picking partners for the rest of the season, and your picking order is your points.
Yes. So,
like, that's huge because implied that's who you're going to run the final with.
Right. Also, the only thing I'll say with that is there are a lot of scenes that they did not include that people are upset about that have come out on social media.
Okay, well, this is what you're best at, is tell us about...
I mean, I've said them before. There was a drink limit imposed because Gabe went crazy one night in a club. Apparently America was hooking up with everybody.
They haven't even
shown her because, like,
well, I think they think she's not going to be a returner, so she's not even worth highlighting this season.
And there's a couple.
Though they've given her a couple confessionals this episode, which we'll get into in a second.
There was a couple others, but for the final of last week's episode, it was really cool. They had like 6 columns where they had to stack 7 bricks. And while doing that,
I don't remember this one at all.
They had to shoot a basketball into like a maze and stack the bricks while the ball was going through the maze.
Very Survivor-esque.
Yes.
Your timing that you can work on the stacking is only as long as the ball is falling.
Yeah, so it was Taylor versus Izzy. Izzy screwed up the second the game started. She like ran into one of the columns and like made it slanted and didn't realize it, so she continually stacked bricks on that one and they would keep falling over.
Put herself at a disadvantage.
And Derek, old Derek, was screaming her to fix it the entire challenge and she never did. She got stomped.
Yeah.
Taylor obliterated
her.
So
can we stop voting Tay in?
Yeah, for
that
real.
Brings us to the next episode where as they're walking into the house, I think it's the cheerleader, what's his name? Jonathan? Is that his name? Did I just... Justin.
Yes.
He's like, okay, you sent her in once, she dominated. You sent her in twice, she dominated. Don't let it happen again.
Right, she's a monster. I mean, all the new threats are so good.
Oh my gosh. It gives me hope. And I know that there's so much going on behind the scenes with the merger and stuff, and we could find out tomorrow that it's getting canceled. But obviously when they filmed this, they were really trying to give it some new life.
Yes. I think if it gets canceled, it will be because Bananas got eliminated so early and the ratings were terrible.
Ew, don't say that. Don't give him credit.
There's just
Boo!
Unless Olivia becomes the big villain of the season, without him there really isn't a villain of the season. Theo maybe, or not Theo, Leo, because he's so annoying.
But good at everything, so you can't be mad. And he's right about what he says. He just says it with such cockiness and such... I mean, he has earned...
He's a beast.
Ego.
I said during this episode we're watching that we're going to talk about him.
Okay, well, we're talking about it.
Him and Jeremy could be the future of the challenge. They're so much better than everyone else at physical challenges and puzzles.
Yeah. They're well-rounded. They're Johnny Bananas, which, again, I will give him credit. He has lasted so long because he's good at weird things that no one's good at.
And Jeremy really hasn't had to politic, but he picked an alliance and he's stuck with an alliance.
But to me, he's like Horacio in that way, that you could almost stay out of it because you're doing so well that the girls are always going to want to keep you around because assuming it's partners, assuming it's teams, everyone wants you on their team.
Horacio Jeremy final would feed the world.
Like, damn, what a good point.
Just the two endurance masters.
Oh, man. See, that, like, the thought of that is like, give me 10 more seasons.
Yeah. Well, apparently season, or All-Star 6 has been officially greenlit to film in the spring.
To me, that's a good sign because, like, I think people are pretty given up on that show. I mean, I will watch it because I watch anything that is from the Challenge universe, but, like, it's...
Well, here's another thing. So with Paramount having bought, or Skyline having bought Paramount, now they're most likely going to buy Warner Brothers. So that makes you think, okay, what you can now add people from the Warner Brothers Discovery umbrella. So HBO shows like wasn't Anonymous.
Oh, you're talking like
you can then bring in new people from sources you haven't been able to before because the parents.
I would argue that like CBS already had the biggest crop. Well, like Paramount already had the biggest crop of contestants.
But if you're still lacking, you'll have a little bit more of a pool to pull from.
Yeah, I get it. I can see that. Also, merging, and I know we're all doing it because we don't have enough money, but merging should mean we have more money. More businesses, more money. We're pooling all of our money together.
But then they don't have competitors, so they're not going to lower prices.
I just don't want my shit to get canceled, man. I'm already paying for every frickin' streaming service there is. I went to cancel, because guess what I'm paying for? Apple TV. I went to cancel it the other day because I don't think we've watched it ever, and they convinced me to keep it for the next 2 months for half price. I'm such a sucker.
Well, I want to watch Foundation with Lee Pace.
Well, good. You've got 2 months to do it, because then I'm actually canceling it.
But
there's nothing on that.
This episode, you mentioned, started with Taylor getting her props. We get to the challenge. Well, first Theo's hurt. He's got a bum knee. So we get to the challenge, and it is outrageous. It's a giant floating column with
4 faces.
4 faces climbing like holds.
And just like square wooden, not even like rock climbing handles. like pieces of wood that are like an inch off of the actual face of the column.
Yes.
Very difficult climb.
And you have to take 5 cubes from the bottom and get them to the top in a little area. And then jump off and swim 700 meters to a raft. And it's a timed and progress challenge, so
like, if you were to get all 5 cubes and no one else did, you automatically win. If you're the only person who gets 0 cubes, you automatically lose.
not necessarily. Oh, yeah. If you're the only person, yes.
Who gets 0. Then, if there are multiple with 0 or multiple with 5, then we go to tie.
Yes.
I don't mind that. I don't mind when there's a multi-layer, but usually I'm too high to
forgot the best
it.
part of the tower. It's spinning.
Yes! I could not do this one.
And it's spinning fast.
Like, faster. When they're previewing it, it kind of looks like it's like a slow rotation. And then it goes, and it's like, I mean, it's not like a tilt-a-whirl, but it's like a merry-go-round.
Enough that you would get dizzy the longer you would stay on it. And, you know, this is CT's ultimate, I can't climb over water because...
over water.
And so, we won't go over the challenge quite yet, because we haven't finished it. We're about to.
Oh, we can. Let's just do what we've seen so far.
Okay, Jeremy and Sydney win.
Because they're the only one to even get 4 blocks up there.
And he would have probably gotten the 5th, but Sydney fell with it in her hands, so...
So can she stop talking about how great she is when she couldn't get 1 cube up there?
He was like a monkey climbing. He was up in 2 seconds with the first one.
Like, no problem.
And then...
Leroy and Tay go in the first round, because of course only, how many teams? 3? 4.
4 at a time.
Go at a time, because there are 4 faces.
Yes.
Tay and
Leroy
are in the first heat. So as soon as they get 0 blocks, really, your only goal should be to get 1 block. You automatically don't lose.
You made a great point I didn't think of, because my thing was, if you don't think, after seeing Leroy and Tay get 0 on the first heat, if you don't think you can get to the top of the block, you should just immediately jump off and swim.
I did think of that too. Just don't even touch a block, jump off, swim.
But you really have to gauge how fast they were swimming, because they did it in, 9 minutes and 55 seconds. Most people were doing it in around 7.5 minutes. So you'd really have to count on being a fast swimmer if you wanted to just take the jump off approach, which thankfully no one did, because I think that would have screwed you over.
No. So on the second round, though, who's Gabe with? Gabe and Ashley, right? No.
Gabe in America. It was Gabe in America, right?
Well, they get 0, right?
Yes.
Someone else gets 0. Because that's when you bring up, he should have just jumped off right away to make sure his swim time
They
is
got
faster.
9:53?
Yeah, so we know they're safe, because they're showing us the times as they finish, which I don't love that. Usually I, as a viewer, like being in the dark.
But it is hard to remember. And then we get to... most people get 1 or 2 cubes. We get to the final heat with CT, who starts the climb like crazy. He's flying up the column.
So now everyone is absolute, just, the crow bows so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't, like, they are, what's the word?
Crucifying him?
No, like, mocking, but not mocking, like, when you're an audience, heckling.
Yes, heckling's a good word.
They were heckling him. Oh, now you can climb.
But he gets about 60% of the way up and just freezes. And then falls off. And here's when things get a little controversial. His partner, Michaela, he's begging her to jump off.
Because he's thinking what Neal thought, which is, Michaela, don't even try to get 1 up there, because what if you don't? Jump, let's swim now. We know we can do this in less than 9 minutes, because Tay and Leroy spent time trying to climb.
Well, I think... Does the time swimming start when both people are in the water? I think that's...
Oh, you're right.
But
it's
I think
only time
his
in the
was
swim.
more, don't waste your energy trying to climb and tire yourself out if you don't think you can get one.
Right.
Because then you're going to swim so much slower because you're beat already.
Though, are you sure it's not just complete time? 10 minutes seems like a long time to get from where they landed to that platform.
Some of the people with multiple cubes were still getting 7.5 minutes, and there's no way.
You went up and down, up and down. Yeah, probably one time took you 4 or 5 minutes.
I think he might have even
Yeah,
said,
you're right.
But so she eventually jumps in the water in a spot that CT didn't like, and she's just loafing it because she even admits that she's throwing the challenge.
She doggy paddles.
Which is hilarious because when they get to the raft, they only lose by 18 seconds.
That is pretty crazy, actually. And at one point he goes over and tries to, like, pull her to help her. And then everyone's like, whoa, CT.
And she's like, you're choking me.
And they're like, justice for Leka. Like, it is a witch hunt. Listen, when Turbo went after CT... And Turbo says it in this episode with his partner, John A. as well, and she agrees. If you can't climb and you can't swim, then don't come on the challenge.
I say something like that every season when Katie's on.
And she, like, refuses to do it at all?
Yes.
Yeah. Or Darrell,
who can't do heights.
Heights over water, yeah. Or heights, actually, in general. He doesn't like any of the heights.
Every podcast for this season, I've said CT should not have come on the show. He is so out of shape. He's great. Like, he would die on the final.
Right.
Straight die.
But I don't think the punishment fits the crime. He was going to shit the bed trying... If you don't know what we're referring to, go back a couple episodes. He can't even get up an anchored in the water ladder.
But again, when you watch it, he wasn't even using his legs, which made no sense.
Right. So yes, does it look like he threw it? I don't think he threw it. I think he didn't try his best because he was scared and it was a girl's day. Yes, knowing you're not at risk changes your mentality of what you're able to push your body to do. So he wasn't capable of doing it. But guess what? He wasn't capable of doing it in this moment either. But I don't think it's fair for Michaela to target him when, yes, Leka went home and that sucked. But that would have been any girl that was with CT. It's not like CT was like, I'm throwing it to send this rookie home.
Well, we don't know that. What if it was one of his best friends?
You think he'd try harder?
I think he would have tried harder, yes.
Well, that changes things. I just think...
I don't think he intentionally did it. I think what you're saying is very valid. I just think if he was with one... is he good friends with Anissa?
For example.
If he would have been with Anissa, he would have at least tried harder. Maybe gave it another few attempts. But after the first 3, he just was done.
And I do understand why the noobs are mad about that. I just think they're being mad in such a way that it's, like, mean. And we don't get to see the ins and outs. Like, most of the vets don't, or most of the newbies don't seem to like him. So I don't know if he just rubs people the wrong way in general when you're living in a house with him.
Yeah.
But I just think it's mean for Michaela to be like, I'm intentionally not going to jump off, and then I'm going to doggy paddle and backstroke, barely backstroke, basically float on my back and hope I move towards the platform.
And still
I know this is my love for
seconds.
CT, like, riling me up right now.
You're a CT homer right now.
I'm a what?
A CT homer.
What does that mean?
It means you have a bias because you're a big fan of...
Homer?
Yeah,
like
so
the Odyssey?
I would be an Illinois homer because I went to U of I, so...
Homer.
Yes.
Like, I'm cheering for the home team.
I don't know where it comes from, but that is a sports term.
Well, I'm going to need you to Google it for me. So they haven't even revealed the winner and the loser, right? That's
right.
Where we're at as we finished our
But we
McDonald's.
know Jeremy wins because they got 4 and nobody else did, and...
We know CT and Michaela lose
but
because
Leroy
we saw
doesn't
their
know
time.
that because...
No, TJ hasn't revealed the times yet.
Yeah.
So CT's going to go in. Spoiler alert, as always, there are spoilers in the show. I mean, I don't think you'd watch a reality TV show podcast. I don't think you'd listen to one if you cared about spoilers, right?
You say this every time.
I know. I just don't want to ruin someone's watching
We've already
experience.
spoiled so much. It's most likely a pole wrestling pit game.
elimination. So
whoever goes against him, good luck.
Right. Hypothetically, CT should stomp this. In what scenario does CT not win? I could see a case where you have, say, a Jeremy who can act as like a 250-pound weight for 20 or 30 minutes and then really absolutely like monster it and get it from you. That's about the only way. You'd have to play on CT's lack of endurance right now, which means you're in for a long night in the sand.
Jeremy and Sydney winning is their perfect scenario. CT loses, Theo's the hangnail, and you're going to vote in a vet. So no matter what, you're going to have a vet elimination. So
things are going well for the Rooks.
Well, yeah.
And for Olivia, there's like an upstairs room alliance and a downstairs room alliance. Olivia thinks her shit doesn't stink. She thinks all the dudes want to pick her. I think in some ways, similar to Leo, it's an earned ego.
Yeah.
I think she kind of has been running the game this season. I think the rookies do kind of look up to her, or at least respect her and think she's a good player.
She's still kind of a rookie in that she's a newer vet, and she's not
siding with the vets.
So she's kind of what they aspired to be.
Right. So I think she's earned her ego, but I still think she's nuts to think like no matter what I get a good teammate because the best guys are going to choose me anyway.
I think someone will end up choosing her first, most likely.
I mean, I think she's going to have a wicked team to run the final with. Yes, she is in second place.
But she's going to be the target of whoever's like whatever vets are left.
Yes.
So she's going to want
But she has the whole UK alliance behind her and the whole rookie alliance behind her.
The vets are struggling.
Yeah, they're in trouble. Okay, we're going to go finish the episode and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're back.
We're so back.
We feel really invigorated. Well, I can't speak for both of us, but I'm feeling good right now. I love that we had this episode tonight. I love that it's Friday. I love that the episode is finished and that the preview for the next one looks bananas.
It's the mini final.
Dum, dum, dum. Spoiler alert.
Yes. So
where were we? CT has officially announced the loser and will be going in definitely.
And Jeremy is declared the winner. So him and Sydney will get to pick somebody to go into the vote against Theo, the hangnail, whose MRI comes back as he's okay to compete.
He's all clear, but he's still the hangnail because they made him the hangnail at the challenge because
his knee is definitely hurt, but he can still participate because he's been awful this season.
But I don't think it's because of the knee, man. Sorry.
Well, then how has he just been awful?
I think I think he still physically looks like he's in shape, but he's not in the shape he was in when he was in his prime on the challenge or like qualifying for the Olympics.
Okay. So
I think he's like a miniature example of CT. He just doesn't carry the weight as badly. I think he's just lost a lot of his... But then again, a sporty person is a sporty person. He should be doing better.
Yes.
Like, I'm not that sporty. I'm kind of in the middle. 30 pounds up or 30 pounds down, I'm still going to be in the middle.
Right.
So Theo should, yes, still be better than he's doing.
He's in last.
Right? Yes. And so, like,
Olivia, other than Janae, which I don't count because she came in late.
Right, which is a crappy season when you have points that accumulate over time to come in late. So turns out I am wrong, and Olivia has not earned her ego, and the rookie guys are full on making fun of her for thinking that she gets her, like, pick of the litter. Well, I mean, she does, because she's in second.
It was Will, right?
Yes, was like she sat down and was like, we need to interview. And it's like, bitch, what do you bring to the table as a partner?
That's ridiculous because that's
her moves, when you move like that, you turn people off. So I joked that they did, because she was like, I've done so much, like so many of the guys' points is because of me. Because I've been their partners and I was a good partner. Like, basically, I did well, so they have lots of points. But if you did that well, shouldn't you have... Oh, she does have lots of points. Okay. I think it's fair enough to talk to guys, but yeah, what do you offer as a partner is bananas.
Yeah.
Like the season that Killer Cam wanted to be with CT, and he's like, why should I choose you? CT? Don't make a girl say that on the spot. That's awful. Anyway.
They go clubbing.
Yes.
And it's between the Derricks for the most part.
Because automatically it's going to be a...
vet.
Right.
So they plead their cases, and then they go... After the club, they talk to Jeremy in confessional, and he actually says, like, I think Derek K is the biggest threat that I should put, like...
Which, fair enough, because if that's the only person who's ever said your name, then that, first of all, it makes it an easy name to say, which is another point that Jeremy made. Like, we'll all have no problem saying his name, he said mine, which is good gameplay. It's safe gameplay.
But then he puts in Derek C.
What?
He did, right before the vote, I'm assuming to throw us off, he did a whole confessional about putting in Derek K.
I thought he was talking about Derek C.
No, he was talking about Derek K. Saying Derek K is like a physical beast.
Oh, yeah.
Like he could be the one to take out CT. But then when they nominate, they go with Derek Chavez because
Which then Olivia still takes credit for that as well. She says they only voted for Derek to go in because of his affiliation with her. He said Jeremy's name. He made it an easy vote for Jeremy. What does it have to do with Olivia? Like, girl, relax.
You've had quite the switch up.
I have, because I think Olivia has the chance to be the face of the challenge, the female face of the challenge. She's kind of Johnny Bananas. She does what she has to do. She didn't save... She literally ruined her friendship with Nerys for the game. I think she's a do whatever it takes to win, and I think you need a version of that on the challenge. And I think she'd have a lot of good seasons left in her. But, like, goddamn.
Yeah. So, the votes between Derek Chavez and Theo, it ends up being 8-1 in favor of Derek Chavez.
Which, again, okay, justice, let me go again. Justice for Leka? There's no way you think Derek Chavez can beat CT in an elimination. I don't care what it is. Even if it's a puzzle, CT has a chance. Eliminations are usually physical and not too much endurance, not like a daily is. There's no way. So that's my issue with the rookies. They think they know best, and they have this reason to justify all their actions, but they're kind of full of shit.
Well, here's the funny thing. The one elimination that's happened that Derek would guarantee beat CT at was
that rolling one.
The Leka versus Olivia challenge, where you have to run up the rolling pin.
Yes!
That would have killed CT.
CT couldn't have done that. Good point.
And that's the one Leka got eliminated because she's bigger, and so she...
gassed out.
Yes, CT would have made it once.
What I was just going to say, he would have gassed out long before her. She put on a great performance at that.
Yes.
That would be very difficult to do.
I think Derek would have...
That was very challenge-esque as well, to climb up an incline.
He would have destroyed CT on that one, but that's
I wonder
really...
if CBS has some of their, challenge workers, as in, like a daily challenge, not the challenge, the TV show, working on the challenge now.
Maybe.
As, competition designers.
Well, if you're trying to get a better season...
Survivor is outlasting. Outwit, outplay, outlast. But
we go into the... Which I've already spoiled what it is. But we go into the arena, and then Tej calls in the competitors.
So at this point, everyone else already knows what it is because they're up on the balcony.
Yeah. And as soon as Derek comes in, he smiles and looks back at CT. You can see
he knows
the resignation in his eyes because it is a pole wrestle. CT has 100 pounds on Derek.
What the hell are you supposed to do?
This is not one of he even says for the second round I could try and wear him out, but my main thing is to not die.
Well, no. He paints a picture for us in the second round. Because by the end of the first round, he lasts a long time in the first round.
He does.
He hunkers down. CT puts him in some terrible positions. At one point, I think he has him headlocked to the point where, has anyone checked to see if Derek has passed away? But ultimately, CT wins the round. Derek is like, I'm hurting. And because your adrenaline must just immediately crash, he's like, and I'm realizing I have to do another round against CT. The round starts and he says, you know when a dog has a chew toy, and I think he's picturing, playing tug of war with the chew toy. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. He says, no. When the dog picks up the toy and shakes it left to right in their mouth, that's what CT is doing to Derek's whole body. So Derek's like, my strategy at this point is to survive. That's why he says it, because it's like, I really genuinely want to make it out of this alive.
Yeah, and then he doesn't last very long in the second round, but...
CT's as big as everyone says he is.
Yes. Big boy, and...
I love his commentary after. He's like, if it had been, and this is CT saying this, if it had been any other elimination, Derek Chavez would have stood a chance against me, but not this one. And that's right, not pole wrestle. You don't have a chance. And I know we watched season 33 where it's a triple, pole wrestle, one-on-one, and he lost that. But that's because that's a completely different game.
Yes. This was...
Anyway, I'm going to be Team CT no matter what you say to me. I love some of the newbies. I think they have a place on this show. But I think I hate they're entitled. It's because they're entitled.
But they're backing it up.
Poorly, I think.
It's like...
I think their arguments
Naya
for their
is
decisions
entitled,
are bad.
and she doesn't back it up at all.
Yes, that's why I can stomach them. That's why I can stomach
Yes.
the Leos. Because they back it up.
Yes.
But, chanting justice for Leka is crazy
If America
behavior.
was like, I'm a beast...
No.
Embarrassing. She realizes,
And also, Theo couldn't climb either, so why didn't we throw him in against CT as a, look, we really hate that these vets are so shit. If that was the platform you were running on, fine.
I think it's because a lot of people didn't like Derek. I said at the beginning of the episode, Derek did not play a good season.
Game.
Yeah.
Usually he has all the friends in the world.
Turbo hated him.
Which I didn't even realize.
A lot of people like Turbo in this house.
The people, the
and
competitors.
So I think people just didn't like Derek.
Are we watching? I'm so sorry. We have the television on a mute in the background. And there's a full-on infomercial on right now for a rice robot. Not sponsored.
Is that really not at Canadian Tire?
That's our version of what can we compare Canadian Tire to?
Like a Menards? Or...
Doesn't Menards have food? Canadian Tire doesn't have food. That's why it's hard to find something to compare it to.
Not like a grocery... Well,
Canadian Tire... It's like home supplies, but not if you wanted to build a whole house. If you wanted to build a shed and do some painting.
It's not a Home Depot.
No, it's not as outfitted as that. But it has kids' toys.
Okay, maybe not the Menards.
Overpriced kids' toys, party supplies, camping supplies, Dick's Sporting Goods. It's kind of like a sporting goods store.
But you wouldn't find holiday stuff at Dick's Sporting Goods.
True. This is where we go to get our Christmas decorations. Crap, what is it like? A Walmart?
No.
But Walmart has food.
There really isn't anything like
Canadian Tire. There really isn't anything like Canadian Tire. That should be your motto.
A combination of Walmart.
Lowe's. It's a lot of hardware.
Yes.
You could get a toilet. And you could get lumber, and you could get gardening stuff.
You could get your oil changed and a Christmas tree.
That's excellent. Yeah. That's excellent. That's excellent. I think it's a very Canadian thing because we have fewer major companies and national chains that each company has to do more.
Yeah.
You have to be this and also this. I've lived in a town that didn't have stoplights. 0 stoplights. Zero.
None.
No traffic activated. No red lights.
Yes.
Couple stop signs, obviously. I mean, I guess not obviously. You could have a one road town. The grocery store was also the hardware store, was also the only place if you wanted to get anything that was like pharmacy related or bakery related. Like the only place to get food, the only place to get household anything. It was the general store.
Right.
That's a very Canadian thing.
I mean, in the
Because
small
we're
town
so isolated.
America, you have general stores like that.
Oh. Have you ever lived there? No. You've always lived in civilization. So how does it feel to be somewhere? We're not like that. We have traffic lights and a Walmart. I always use that as we're rural, but not that rural. How do you feel about living in a place like this?
I love it.
You love it?
I
hate traffic. You get road rage.
I hate traffic so much. And back in Illinois, there's traffic. Like if you even attempt to drive near the city, no matter how many lanes they keep building, they've been doing construction on the highways leading to Chicago for the last 25 years, and it just never stops. They're never going to be done.
The number of times I've heard Neal mockingly quote, "Just one more lane." He says it every time we're on the goddamn highway.
Like the Dan Ryan going into Chicago.
Now you've lost almost everybody. You're naming highways
It's the main highway leading to the center of the city. It has like 6 lanes now, and it's still constantly jammed.
We went to Wisconsin this summer, and Neal was trying to explain to my parents the part of Wisconsin it was in. When, like, all my parents would have known, and my dad knows a lot about America for a Canadian. He's like a typical old white boomer. Like, he watches the news, and he loves his sports, and he loves his American politics. Neal starts to explain where it is. The most Dad would have known is like, oh, it's in the northern part. Oh, it's in the southern part. Neal starts explaining it based on the shape of Wisconsin. And I'm like, you Americans who think, let me finish,
okay,
who think people from other countries know anything about your country. You're not as important as you think you are.
But the way I described it, if you just looked at a map...
We don't.
Okay, well, if your dad was curious and looked at where Wisconsin was...
We look at a world map, and on a world map, the states don't have their lines on them.
It looks like a mitten, and we were on the thumb of the mitten.
It was a beautiful vacation, actually. It was, like, on the lake.
Which is crazy because, like, probably 25 minutes away off the coast is where they just discovered a ghost ship in Lake Michigan.
Neal's so excited about it, he's losing his mind.
I am. I texted my dad the article.
Coordinates? Oh. I thought you were being a full-on pirate.
No, they haven't released the
right.
Because they don't want it looted before they catalog it.
You know there are people out there, though.
Yeah, people have been looking for... I mean...
you can't... How do you cordon off the ocean?
It's not an ocean, it's a lake.
How'd it get in a lake?
Because it was going from a Wisconsin port to Chicago. So it was hauling iron. And it...
Iron is valuable.
Yes. And
is it? I don't know.
The waves got so big it tipped over. But no one died. Everyone got off on a boat and then got picked up by another ship.
Oh, we love to hear it.
But they saw where it sank. And everybody pretty much knew where it was, but no one could find it.
Is it a case where we just didn't have the technology to go that deep? Should it be that deep in a lake?
I think it was pretty. They used one of the a little zoom in the water and sonar, and they ended up finding it.
Oh, so it wasn't so deep that they couldn't put a zoom.
Right.
Interesting. Maybe they just didn't have the resources, like, monetarily to find it.
Yeah, it's not a treasure ship, so, like, you're not...
Like, there are lots of sunken ships, is the point.
Right.
But, I mean, to, like, lose it? Wait, is that what a ghost ship is? Is that any ship that's been lost? Or is it any ship that sinks? What is a ghost ship? What's the definition?
I don't know the exact definition.
Thanks, me either.
But that was cool. It was an announcement made a couple days ago.
That was cool. Do we have anything else about the challenge to say?
So instead of picking new teammates, they're doing the individual mini final next week. And
woohoo!
So I'm assuming after that they're going to pick their permanent team members, but there's an uneven number of competitors with more females. So, what are we thinking? The slowest female gets eliminated, or
On the spot, yes.
do we do?
I think in a mini final you send someone home on the spot. Maybe not even just one. Maybe like the bottom. Oh, but you can't because it's uneven.
Well, you'd have to do the bottom 2 females and a
And
male.
one male, yeah, which is kind of weird. That kind of feels oblong,
Yeah.
messy. So we'll see. Maybe they just do it after because they do it after and whoever's not picked goes home.
That could be. That's kind of crappy, though.
I mean, yeah.
But someone cheats.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
At the eating part, right?
in the beginning of the season, when they do like the full season preview, we knew that someone was going to be accused of cheating.
Because we get TJ's line, which they've already made famous because they release it on like the... What's it called?
Why is Ashmore brother running away from
Is he a bad dog?
Rex?
I mean, I know Rex is a good dog.
Oh, this is a training simulation.
Aaron Ashmore's a good guy. Is it Aaron Ashmore or Sean? I think it's Sean. What do you think?
No, maybe he's not a training thing because they have their guns out.
No, he's a bad guy. Oh, I'm so upset.
Anyway.
You are not supposed to be able to get off track like that.
There's nothing I hate more than...
No. If there's one thing I hate more than quitters, it's cheaters.
Yeah.
Same, TJ. Same.
From the previews, it sounds like someone intentionally hides or doesn't eat
some of the food, but then tries to like progress as if
and they let
they've
them
eaten it.
until
They
the
don't
end.
notice until after. Like play the tapes, boss.
Yes. I mean, if that's a female, you just eliminate her and there you go.
I think so.
But other than that, no, I think we're done with final or challenge coverage.
We've been watching so much. I might actually ask Neal if we can... We've watched and finished Love is Blind UK basically without talking about it.
Yeah.
We've started Love Island Games. We're almost finished now with our Housewives seasons, but we have, Salt Lake City starting up again. We have a wife swap coming?
I don't really want to watch that.
I know you don't. You're not... There's only so far you can go. Like, the fact I've gotten you into Housewives, I think is farther than you
know
probably
my
ever
complaint
thought.
with the wife swap one. I have a huge problem with who's in it.
Emily is participating, yes.
So if we do cover that, I will go on my whole spiel about how...
Oh, well, then we should, because you need to get it out of your system, so I never have to hear about it again.
We'll do the
kidding.
We'll do the Devil's Plan season 1's.
We'll do one of those tomorrow. We do have things to do. Whenever I have to leave the house, I don't like there to be anything else I have to do.
Yeah.
But I will try my best to sit here, eat gummy. I was going to say eat gummies, but I've never taken more than one at a time. So then I said eat gummy, and then it's grammatically incorrect.
Eat gummy.
Eat gummy.
But
I tired.
We see you next time.
Guys, thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Just